I think, you know, a lot of this conversation is focused on us in the field, but I think increasingly these days, authoritarian regimes want to control diaspora communities. And so a lot of reporters working inside Australia have to become familiar with these issues and know how to protect sources and think about these difficult ethical questions of who goes on camera. And there was a case that came out publicly a few months ago. It was a Rwandan dissident in Australia who had done an interview with the ABC last year, and he was shot from behind, so you couldn't see his face. But back in Rwanda, they figured out who he was, and his two brothers disappeared after that, and they haven't been heard of since, the last I'd heard. And Noel did interviews with Fairfax and with the ABC talking about this horrific experience of having his brothers taken. And the second time when he spoke about his brother's disappearance, he did show his face because he was so intent on highlighting his brother's disappearance. But yeah, you know, there are many journalists working in Australia perhaps who might think that these issues don't apply to them, or might not, you know, be aware of them so much. So I think that's something we have to take into account these days, is just how much authoritarian regimes want to control and punish the diaspora abroad. And so that's why these issues are really need to be discussed no matter where you're working. You know, you don't have to go to a war zone to have this be relevant.